Hello guys, it's Mr. New. I'm reporting from the fallen Sanctum. If some of you guys noticed, the last weekend was the Pokemon World Championship for 2017. I wasn't there, Lucas wasn't there. In fact, no one from Team Wisemen was there. Maybe it's a goal from future year. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. So yeah, I pretty much watched the whole thing. It was streamed on Twitch. So I'm like, hey ho, let's do a world recap and analysis because, I mean, when you watch the game, you see the caster, you hear the caster, and you get some kind of a different point of view on the game and the stream in general. So here we go, guys. Let's do this. Might be a feature-long video, so grab a snack, guys. All right. First of all, let's start with day one. What happened in day one? We got the reveal during the opening ceremony of two Ultra Beasts that are coming in the next set, Crimson Invasion. That's our November set. When I say two and you see a third thing on the screen, well, Nihilego GX was revealed about at the same time, but in Japan only. So that's why we have the translation on screen, the sources for all the pictures, and the translation goes to PokeBeach. But basically, there they are, the first Ultra Beasts added to the TCG. The thing they have in common, they are GX Red, and their GX attack effect prizes, as you can see. Alright. Let's start with the real thing, World. Day one, technically, if you make day one, you are invited to World, which is a good thing, but you are not sure to make day two. To make day two, you had to be like top 16 or something in your age division, in your World division. Like, you had to be top 16 in North America, top 16 in Latin America, top 16 in Europe, top 16 in Japan, to be invited to the World Day 2. If you have the required point, but you're not in the top 16, you are invited to Day 1, and you need to qualify yourself for Day 2. So basically, we saw some deck on Day 1 that we were not really sure to see on Day 2. And yeah, we saw a whack ton of Drampagarb, like a whack ton. People wanted to have a safe deck, and Drampagarb, well, I don't like the deck to be honest, but it worked. It's consistent, it's tried hard, and here we can see that Frank Diaz was able to rock the day with his Jump Garb. He even had not only one of, but he had two of Plumeria. He wasn't playing any full art Plumeria like this one, but hey, I just think the full art looks cool. Basically, Plumeria is extremely mirror centric because world formats still include Versus Seeker, so you don't care about your hand that much. You can discard bunch of supporter, but he used Plumeria a whole lot, especially in the mirror match, discarding the DC on the bench Drampa and discarding the DC on the active Drampa with Righteous Edge. So basically, in one turn, you discard 2 DC. Half of the DCs are already in the discard after one turn. He won a lot of match that way because typically Drampacarp doesn't run any special charge. Or you can discard Rainbow. He was using Rainbow himself to to activate Berserk from his Drampa. But hey, we saw Frank Diaz in stream twice and he won both games. I think he had a good deck so far. Carry on, guys. We have a lot of stuff to cover. Alright, what else we saw? Yeah, we really saw the downfall of this Joy Vileplume and then of John Kettler. John Kettler, in case you guys don't really know, he has been playing the game for years and years and years. He finished second at I think it was the St. Louis regional. It was expanded. He finished second with Decidueye Vileplume, basically creating the deck Decidueye Vileplume. And he finished second at the North American Intercontinental, playing Decidueye Vileplume. So basically the guy is Deciplume or bust. He didn't make day 2, but hey, it was still fun to see the guy stick to his gun. He's like, this is my deck, this is my baby, I'm bringing my baby to World. I don't know how well it's going to perform, maybe the meta is not that great for it, but this is the deck I feel comfortable playing with. So I can respect that. I hope John Kettler gets a new deck, a new baby for next year. I would like to see him a world champion. The guy looks like a good enough player. Actually, the guy is a monster. Like, he can set up under the worst condition. The guy is notorious for like prizing 3 Rowlet and being able to set up anyway. So basically, yeah, we saw on the stream Decidueye Valplume versus Metagross, and the Metagross just won 2-0. It basically destroyed the poor Decidueye. You don't need that much item to set up your Metagross, especially when you have Vulpix in the active. Anyway, carry on, guys. We all knew that Decidueye wasn't a great pick for World. Alright, for those of you that were wondering, it is John Kettler's list. He put it, I don't think he put it on Facebook himself, but the Pokemon Company asked about his list and they put it on their website because they respect John Kettler, and John Kettler had a great Decidueye list. It's probably the better list you can see of Decidueye. Sorry, yes. Is it good enough for now? I don't know. I guess we'll never really know because Forest is going away. If you see the grayed out Shaymins, because I don't own a second Shaymin on TCGO at the moment. I traded them all because they are rotating, and there is a promo Shaymin EX coming in November. Don't tell it too loud. Alright, we saw also a battle between two amazing forces. Ryan Sablehouse, you write for the website sixprizes.com, is a really nice guy. And we saw Nicholas Pearce, who is from the UK, one of the best players in the UK. They were both doing day 1. They both qualified for day 2, and they both made like top 16 or something. I know Nick made top 16 in the final of World. I don't know exactly about Ryan. I think they both made top 16, but they both were in day 1. They both ended up fighting each other. Ryan came on the upper hand of Nicholas. Nicholas was playing his trusty Mega Rayquaza. I'm gonna have the lists right after. And Ryan Sablehouse played SPM Garbodor. So basically a lot of trash. SPM Garb was a really, really safe pick because you get a lot, and by that I mean a lot of good matchup. Basically, Mega Rayquaza was a great pick, does a ton of damage, but you are especially weak to ability lock. Hey-ho. There it is. Here's Nick Pierce's list. He put it on Facebook. The Champion Festival wasn't in the list. It's just the promo they give you when you attend World. So basically, it was a standard New Age Rayquaza, basically. One Magearna because hey, you're all running metal energy, so why not use the Magearna? It's basically the opposite, but hey. Only 3 Shaymin, which is a bit odd, but we see the Oranguru, 2 Lele, a Tapu Koko. It's a good pivot. I don't think he attacked very much with it, but it's a great pivot. 2 Unknown for that extra draw support. With the Mallow, you can see. 1 Skyla, which is, I don't know, I haven't seen many Mega Rayquaza run the Skyla. I don't know, I guess it worked. It's also the double Hex Maniac for blocking all the abilities. Hex Maniac was everywhere this weekend, as I'm going to talk about a bit later. Anyway, then we were off to day 2. Other stuff happened in day 1. It's just that they were not really that impressive. If you guys want to watch the stream, they are on Twitch under the Pokemon official channel and the Pokemon TCG official channel. So coming into day 2, we saw a ton, and I mean a shit ton of trash. Then again, since Garbodor came out, I think the casters from the Pokemon Company, especially the American one, all they have to their lips is, oh, Garbodor, oh, Trashalanche, oh, Trashalanche, oh, Trashalanche, oh, he's going to attack with his Trashalanche. Dude, shut up. The guy has like 1 Trubbish on the bench, and he evolved into the Garbotoxin Garb. I don't think he's going to Trashalanche this game at all. But all you think is, Trashalanche, he's going to do damage with Trashalanche. Yeah, hey-ho. That's a bit of a rant. Um, but hey, cool point about day two. I wrote it here in the slideshow. We saw more international matchup because on day one, I think one of the only non-American we saw was Nicholas Pearce from the UK. But we actually saw a ton and a ton of international player from Spain, from Mexico, I don't think we saw anyone from Argentina until we saw someone in Argentina from the top cut. We saw some Japanese player. Hooray for Japanese people! And we saw some Norwegian player. Yeah, we saw people from the whole world, to be honest, and it was refreshing. All right. Let's make a point about Tord Reklev. Tord Reklev won the North American Intercontinental. Tord Reklev is from Norway, as you can probably guess from the name. And the caster were speaking really, really highly of Tord Reklev. So basically, it was Tord against the world and against the clock. Because basically, in the Pokemon community, when we saw Tord won the international championship back in July, I think it was July. Yeah. Basically, Tord was accused of timer stalling the opponent. It was accused by the community, not formally accused. But I mean, I think Tord is definitely sorry, not Ryan. Tord is definitely playing slowly. I mean, more slow than a lot of people are playing usually. And we saw Tord on stream twice on day two. The first time, well, Pokemon Company left the Twitch chat open, and I don't think that was necessarily a bad thing because we could see the reaction of the people in the chat. Yeah, Tord was accused of slow play in his first game of the stream against the Japanese player. I don't really remember the name. Sorry, Japanese player. But you were playing a good deck because all you Japanese people are. So yeah, basically Tord was accused of slow playing that time. And later that day we saw him playing against Ryan Sablehouse. I talked about Ryan and his Espeon Garblist. Espeon doesn't have the best matchup against Drampa, first of all. But then again, Ryan went just, hey, Judge, the guy is just slow playing in my face. And Tord finally got a penalty for slow play. I won't accuse him personally because, I mean, I'm sure Tord is a great player, but hey, it's true that Tord was playing really, really slowly, and the timer was at his advantage. You can go see the game if you want more proof, guys. It's on Twitch. Anyway, speaking of Japanese player, hooray for Japanese, like I told. Japanese, they have a different point of view that we do from the game. Sorry guys if you hear some sound. It's just Misty the cat knocking stuff over. Hey. It's Misty at his finest. Anyway, Japanese people, yeah, I was talking about that. They are known for their different point of view. They play mostly for fun because they want to spend time with each other, chill out a bit, and they come up with some crazy list, inventive stuff. Like, before seeing this at World, I would have never thought that you could use Sylveon to set up with Gardevoir because, hey, Magical Ribbon is technically a setup move. You grab any 3 card from your deck. Doesn't have to be Pokemon like Beacon. And you are a 200 HP behemoth. So basically we saw a Korean with that Sylveon and a Japanese player with that Sylveon as the setup for Gardevoir. I thought it was interesting. Deserves some more testing on my part though, but interesting nonetheless. We saw a Japanese player that I don't exactly remember the name. It's on the next slide though. I think I have his list. Yeah, definitely have his list. I've tested the list and it's amazing. The guy was playing, some people were like, oh, he's playing Volcanion. Actually, not really, because he played 2 Volcanion EX and 1 Baby Volcanion. That's it. I would not call that a Volcanion deck. But he was playing 3-0, 1 Turtonator, the aforementioned Volcanion line, and a 2-2 line of Salazzle. But he was playing 3 Kiave. Yeah, it's not Kiawe, it's Kiave, actually, from the pronunciation, guys. So I would probably call that a Chiave box. Basically, turn 1, Chiave and OO. Turn 2, smash stuff. Turn 3, smash stuff. Turn 4, your OO gets knocked out. But you took 4 prizes already. So your Salazzle GX, all it can do the rest of the thing. Because at this point, Salazzle is striking harder and harder for every prize you have taken. If you have taken 4 prize, your Salazzle is hitting for like 200 something damage. Yeah, 200, 230 with a choice band. You're basically killing everything in your face. It worked. It worked. The guy finished like, I think he finished 9th or 10th place, just short of the top 8. It's definitely a good list. I tried it and I had some fun. Yay! Basically, this is the list. Sorry about forgetting your name, Mr. Takuya Yoneda. Basically, the list is amazing. I suggest you guys try it out. It's not on the Pokemon website. You can find it on Verbank, and you can find it here if you don't want to go search. Basically, it's a really simple list. Doesn't lose much from the rotation apart from, hey, the Shaman is going. Yeah, we know that. Seeker is going. Yeah, we kind of know that. Rest of stuff, it's staying. Is it good after rotation? I hope it is. Need some more testing, I guess. But it's inventive nonetheless, like Japanese tend to do. Speaking of Japanese people again, Shintaro was here. Shintaro the man, Shintaro the legend, Shintaro the 2016 World Champion, who was playing the Mega Adino deck last year. He made the beautiful meta call. This year, he didn't exactly make a meta call. He mostly went with his baby because maybe you guys don't know it, or maybe you do. But Shintaro Hiro is the Japanese player who created this CGI Ninetale, the deck that Lucas is so fond of. So basically, that's his baby. He went to the World Championship with his baby. Did he perform well? Well, we knew it wasn't day 2. I don't really know if he finished top 32 or something, but he looked like he had a great record. I mean, this Joy Ninetale wasn't exactly the best pick for World, especially since I don't think the guy was playing the Crozma. We don't have the exact list yet. Maybe Shintaro is going to post it on the internet at some point later in time or whatever. But I know he was playing Acerola, and Acerola mixed with Forest is just damn good. Damn good. Espeon to de-evolve, basically standard stuff. Everything attack with DC or something. You spread damage, and you win. Shintaro just destroyed the guy he was playing against on stream. I don't exactly remember what the guy was playing. Maybe it was Laurentis. Yeah, I think he was playing against Laurentis player, a Spanish guy from what I remember. Then again, guys, it's on stream. It's on Twitch. Hey, carry on. Let's go to the top 8 because, hey, we need to wrap this up at some point, right? Basically, the top 8 was composed of Reggie Nigauchi, I'm probably butchering your name, sorry, bro. Sho Sasaki, Sam Chen, Naoto Suzuki, Diego Casiraga. Sorry, man, I'm probably butchering your name. I'm really sorry, Diego. Pablo Meza, aka Tablemon, Zender Perot, and Jimmy. Basically, 3 American, 3 Japanese, a Mexican, and an Argentine. How did it end up? Well, you can see here, it was Naoto Suzuki versus Diego. I'll leave you to it after. But before, we need to talk about other division, because, hey, there's not only masters in this world, right? There are junior and seniors division, and yeah, before that, quick shout out to Tablemon. Sorry, forgot the order of the slide. My bad. Most professional video on YouTube, right? Yep. Pablo Mesa. A little word about it. The guy, you can find it on the Tablemon YouTube channel. The guy is just genuinely a nice guy. You do video in both English and Spanish, so if you need to practice your Spanish or if you understand a thing about Spanish, go watch the guy. If you don't like me, well, you can still go watch the guy. The guy is a really good player. Basically, the guy arrived second at the Oceania International. He finished top 8 at World Championship too. So the top 8 at World for Master, it was 6 Gardevoir variant deck and 2 Gardevoir. The guy was playing one of the 2 Gardevoir. The other one was Diego. Basically, the 2 Gardevoir were facing each other at the beginning of top 8. That's his list. I'm not sure I agree that much on the list, but it's his list. He ended up doing extremely well with it. He was helped by Mike Fouché, from what I heard. Mike Fouché is another player who played Gardevoir during World. I don't remember if he made day 2, but the guy is just a genius. He's a mathematic teacher in real life, and Gardevoir, especially in the mirror match, that's a lot, and a lot of mathematics. Do I attach? Do I not attach? If I attach and I don't knock out, can he attach and get the knockout on me? If I attach and don't get a knockout, yeah, it's a nightmare. It's gonna be a nightmare next format. But hey, carry on. Hey, the junior. Speaking of Gardevoir mirror match, the junior was Tobias versus Minaki. Minaki from Japan and Tobias from Norway. Basically, Tobias was a more consistent Gardevoir list, nothing too fancy, and Minaki had the whack, and I mean a whack ton of tech card, like the Oricorio, the Promo Giratina, the Sudowoodo. He wanted to have great matchup against a lot of things, but in the mirror match, it cost him the victory, basically. The match was fun to watch, especially since Junior, they are extremely young, but I mean, if these guys are still playing in a few years, they might be exceptionally gifted masters, from my opinion. Anyway, Tobias ended up winning, so hooray! A Norwegian player gets the World Cup for Junior. Carry on, Senior. Yeah, the Senior. It was a Greninja player versus a Ninetale player. And as you can see here, I haven't put the Greninja card on here, just with the Froakie. Because on the right you can see that Ninetale, the guy who played Ninetale, played a bit of tech card too. He played the Karen for the Vespiquen matchup, he played the Sudowoodo for the Rayquaza matchup, and he played the Giratina for the Greninja matchup. And 2 out of 3 games, Giratina was in the opening hand. Basically. It was an American versus a Canadian. Michael Long was the Canadian player playing Greninja. He won one game with the power of bubble. Basically, he hit like 2 or 3 bubble in a row until deck out of his opponent. That was a beautiful thing. Especially, yeah, hey, that was amazing. Yeah, bubble. When they show you a player in top 8, they see like they show you their life achievement, what have they done before with nationals, regionals, other stuff, and they show you like the main card of their deck. Hey, that's a bit of a meme from I saw in Verbank. It's basically, yeah, the only important card in the deck is Froakie because Bubble is OP. Hey, that, that was a fun match. I had fun watching this. I was having breakfast. I didn't watch it on the Saturday. I watched it on Sunday morning. I was having breakfast watching this and just laughing. Hey, Bubble OP, Bubble new meta. But hey, carry on. Yeah, that was Zakari Bokari's list. He was the winner playing Ninetale, as you can see. You see the Sudowoodo tech card, the Giratina tech card, the Karen tech card. Right from that, it's pretty much a straight Ninetales list. Which usually Greninja feasts on. Greninja is a good matchup against Ninetale IMO. Unless Ninetales play the Greninja, the Promo Giratina. Then, sorry. Then the matchup shift around completely because Greninja can't do stuff without his ability. I mean, especially against Ninetale, because whatever you do, you don't hit more than 110. And if you hit 110, you don't get the knockout. You get the 2-hit KO at best. And if you are threatening to get the 2-hit KO, well, Ninetale can just Ice Bat GX in your face. And you essentially have to kill 4 Ninetale instead of 3. So, yeah. Congrats to Zach. You had a good deck, bro. I was rooting for the Green Ninja player myself, but hey, congrats to you. I love Ninetales too. It's a good deck. Especially after rotation, I don't think you'd lose quite a lot. Well, if you don't see too many Metacrows, that is. But hey, I diverse. Carry on, guys. This video is getting quite long already. Alright, here come the Masters final. It was Diego versus Naoto Suzuki. As you can see, Diego was playing his Gardevoir deck, and Naoto Suzuki was playing a deck list that only a Japanese player could think of. Naoto Suzuki is kind of new to the game, but his teacher is Shintaro. So basically, if you have Shintaro as your teacher, you can only achieve greatness, IMO. He was playing Golisopod Gardevoir. And man, that thing is powerful. And it runs really, really well. After Force is gone, I don't know if it's going to run that well, but as you will see on the deck list, Naoto didn't run any. And he still managed to make top 2 at World. Did he win? I guess we'll find out. I'm going to show you both deck lists then. Right before. Basically, that was the Gardevoir list that Diego used to achieve his top 2 place at World. He played 1 Diancie and 1 Vulpix, which is interesting because usually people choose, oh, I'm going to play 2 of Diancie or 2 of Vulpix. The guy's like, nah, why bother choosing? I'm going to play 1 of each. He played Acerola to deny prizes, which is interesting. And he played some Wonder Energy because for as long as it's legal, it prevents any effect besides damage done by attack of Pokemon. So Drampa can't discard your DCE, and Espeon can't de-evolve you. Basically, that's the basic threat in the format. Oh, and Espeon GX can confuse you. Lapras GX can't paralyze you if you are facing any Lapras, that is. But hey, you get the point at this point. You get the point at this point, yeah. As you can clearly see on the list, everyone that performed well with Gardevoir is playing the Gallade. Because Gallade is just so good. It's an insanely good non-EX or non-GX attacker that acts for a DCE. And hey, fun fact, you are running 4 of these. And also the ability Premonition allow you to arrange your top deck when you are pairing that with the Sushi Master, aka Octillery. And that's good. It's just added consistency. You technically get 1 Trainer's Mail per turn without having to use Trainer's Mail because Garbodor is going to have a field against you, first of all, and second of all, Trainer's Mail is getting rotated in 2 weeks. Something like that. I'm going to miss your Trainer's Mail. Don't leave me. Hey, carry on. We need to see Suzuki's list. Speaking of Suzuki's list, as you can clearly see, I don't own any Golisopod yet on TCGO. I need to get that going because, hey, that list looks promising, even after rotation. Oh, as I can see, I think I put my reverse Holo Garbodor in here. Anyway, that's the list. Nothing too fancy here. It's just Golisopod. I'm going to Acerola them. First impression, a bit of Cocoa Spread, Armor Press sometimes to time, and then again, Garbodor. I mean, the guy plays 4 rainbows, so first of all, it does activate Acerola, so that's a thing, and you can Trash Challenge, because people will tend to play item, and even if you don't plan to use Trash Challenge, you can still use Garbodox, and the guy played 2 Garbodox and Garbodor. It was an insanely good deck, and I can see that deck being still good after rotation. So thank you, Naoto, for this list, or should I say fuck you, because that thing is going to be powerful. But in the end, congratulations, Diego. You managed to destroy all the Garbodors in your way. We have another player from Argentina as our world champion, guys. Gardevoir 1 Junior and Gardevoir 1 Master. Is this card OP? Yes, it is. Congrats, my friend. You deserve your victory. I was rooting for you. Great job, mate. It's not all, guys. I'm not done yet with you. Here is a post-world analysis, because hey, I was watching World. I told you about World, but World is over, and what can we see about World? The spooky girls were everywhere. Acerola was an amazing tech card in a lot of deck, and Hex Maniac was everywhere. The number of times I saw, well, I'm gonna play Hex. Oh, I'm gonna play Hex. Oh, I'm gonna Seeker for Hex. I'm gonna Seeker for Hex. I'm gonna Seeker for Hex. Like 4 turns in a row. Hex was everywhere. Acerola was everywhere. I mean, they both look alike. Spooky girl. It was just fun to see. Other conclusion I made out of World is that Shaman was pretty much nowhere to be seen. Some deck at 1. I mean, Mega Rayquaza need to run 3 or 4, but besides, the most deck didn't run any. Maybe they had 1. Shaman is pretty much dead before even going away from Standard. It has been replaced by Waranguru and Octillery because the format has slowed down a bit. And even then for setup, Tapu Lele can do the job really, really, really well. So, goodbye, my friend. Goodbye, Shaman. I'm gonna miss you. I remember when you were like 120 bucks. And now you are like 30 something. But hey, not salty at all. Am I? Maybe. Carry on, guys, before I lose my temper. Yeah, a little slide about Gardevoir. I mean, we know Gardevoir was the best deck at World. And we know Gardevoir is probably one of the best deck, or the best after rotation. But from what I saw at World, people are still testing with the thing. People don't know what they want to run with it exactly. We haven't found the perfect 60 card for Gardevoir yet. That's for sure. We see Diancie, we see Vulpix, we see Gallade in most lists, but some lists don't run Gallade. Some lists will run 1, and some lists will run 2. And we even saw Sylveon GX being played in some list. What's the future of Gardevoir? I don't know. Only time will tell, I guess. I mean, the future of this card is brilliant, that's to be sure. Maybe we'll see a mix, like Diego running 1-1 Diancie, 1 of Diancie and 1 of Vulpix. I guess we'll see. Anyway, we also saw that Lysander was pretty much nowhere to be seen. Sometimes people were running a 1-1 split, one Guzma and Lysander, but basically people were all on Guzmas. Guzmas. Guzma everywhere. Guzma. I think I said Guzma enough. Lysander is going away. You have been replaced, my friend. Replaced, but not forget in my heart, because that card looks so beautiful. And 6th gen is the gen that brought me back to Pokemon, so I owe you a lot, Lysander. You are the bad guy, I'm not going to forget. Guzma, yeah, you're cool, bro. I guess you're cool. You my boy, Guzma. So, take your rightful place, Guzma, as one of the best staple in our deck for the next 2 to 3 years. Have fun, my friend. Have fun. Speaking of nostalgia, I think I'm going to leave you guys here with the cards that saw some play, or a lot of play at World, but the cards we are definitely going to miss because World are standard. I know we have some expanded tournaments, but World are standard, so the biggest competition of the year, it's on the standard format, and we are never going to see these cards again. Unless they get reprint. I hope they do. So basically Gyarados saw some play at World. Gyarados was an amazing deck, especially against heavy EX or GX deck. It was just beautiful. Beautiful, consistent, mighty. And is dead. Goodbye, my friend. Hexmaniac. Hexmaniac was everywhere this weekend. Hexmaniac has been a staple in pretty much every deck since it came out in Ancient Origins. Now it's going away Farewell, spooky girl. You have been replaced by another spooky girl that doesn't do the thing that you are doing, but she's doing her own thing. She's making her way, leaving you behind. Farewell, Hex. Lysander, I talked to you with the slide before. I don't want to shed more tear on you and your beautiful beard. Teammate. Teammate was everywhere. Teammate was played before Lele's. But now that we have Lele and the format has slowed down, especially the format is now evolution based and we have some low HP basics, Teammate make a lot of sense. Teammate is an amazing setup card. Why dig when you can just search for the two things you need? Anyway, Forest is going. Not only is it Forest going, but you kind of see the red symbol on the right of Forest, right? Because Forest is banned on TCGO at the moment. It's banned on the expanded format because Forest is leaving the standard format and not even entering the expanded format. For some cards, especially Vileplume, you see right after on the row below. Vileplume, Decidueye, some cards like that were seen unfair in the expanded format. And they thought Forest was the root of all evil, so they banned the Forest. I don't personally think Forest was the problem. Vileplume was much more the problem. But they decided to ban Forest instead. Hey, farewell, my friend. I think I'm going to keep my playset just in memory of you. Vileplume, talked about it. I don't like Vileplume. I'm glad it's going away, actually. Mega Rayquaza, you were a powerhouse of a deck. You're going away, my friend. Shaymin EX, you were probably the best staple we had over the years. Only to get outclassed by Tapu Lele. I'm going to miss saying at my local league, Shaymin for 2, Shaymin for 3, Shaymin for 6, Shaymin for 6, Shaymin for 4. You get the idea, guys. Shaymin was amazing. I won't forget you, guy. Little boy. Vespiquen. Vespiquen's also plays World. Basically, that deck is pretty much expanded right now. Expanded with Vespiquen Nightmarch, Vespiquen Flareon. Goodbye, Queen. I'm going to miss you, especially because you are an insanely good deck. I haven't played you much, but hey, maybe I'm going to do some expanded video with Vespiquen on TCGO as soon as I get time, because I started school this week. That's why the video took a while to make. That's another story. And basically, the last card we are going to miss, the golden one. Seeker, you are leaving the format. A format without Seeker will never be the same. It's going to be much less aggressive, much more slow pace. Sycamore will probably not be a 4 of in many deck. Only time will tell. This video was long enough, guys. Speaking of time. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed, please drop a like. It took me a few hours to do the slideshow, first of all. And it took me basically all weekend to watch World. I did that mostly because I had fun watching World. But it was for you guys to bring you the information on my 2 cents on what happened at this event. This major event for Pokemon people, Pokemon culture. And yeah, if you like that kind of content, I mean, I'm not sure how much I can provide because that takes a while. But feel free to subscribe. Maybe there's some more content you would like on the Fallen Sanctum channel. I know Lucas is much more laid back than me from time to time. We see Johan, we see Emu, we see me, Mr. Nu. Yeah, Team Wisemen is basically a bunch of really awesome people. I love you guys. Until then, it has been Mr. Nu. I'm gonna love you and leave you. I'm clocking out. Bye, guys.